Tkachuk and scores!
Chabot curled and drives and scores!
And the Senators win it.
Five apart, another chance, Batherson scores! Drake Batherson, and got it! Green again, scores!
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host. Now, before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at @SensTalk_, and on Instagram at Sens Talk. Now, before we get into the third installment of the Tkachuk Bowl for the season, a few things. Firstly, in the link in the description below, you can order your Sens Talk shotgun tool today. We got white, we got red, and I don't know why it's on the ground, but we got black. So we got all three different standard colors there. You can order yours now. We've sold out 3 times. Thank you all for the support. If you want to help out the channel financially, you can do so by ordering one in the link in the description below. As well, go to SeatGeek.com and use the promo code SENSTALK, save $20 off your first purchase. It's a great deal for you there. Now tonight in the Tkachuk Bowl 3.0 for tonight's game, it's David Rittich for the Calgary Flames and Matt Murray for the Ottawa Senators. Now, speaking of the Ottawa Senators, Drake Batherson is looking to make history tonight. Last game, Drake Batherson tied Jason Spezza's record for goals in a row for a player under 22. Jason Spezza scored, I believe it was 5 games in a row, which Drake Batherson tied last game. Batherson, if he scores today, will take the Senators' record for consecutive goals for a player under 22. So hopefully he can do that. Now, speaking of that, let's get to the game number 24 lineup, where the first line is Brady Tkachuk with Chris Turney and Connor Brown, which I don't like. You're not giving enough offensive support with Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk's more of a finisher. He can definitely create plays, but he's a guy that's usually around the net, ready to jam the puck into the back of the net. And Turney and Brown aren't going to generate those offensive chances that are needed for Brady Tkachuk to do his job. So I don't like that first line whatsoever. Second line, Nick Paul, Colin White, Evgeny Dadonov. That's the same thing as every other game. That line's never going to be broken up, it seems. Third line, Tim Stützle, Josh Norris, and Drake Batherson. And in theory, I like this line. Unfortunately, it leaves Brady Tkachuk with a lot less financial support. But that third line, if played a lot, I think has a lot of good potential, and it's a great mesh of youth there, which of course, I love. So hopefully DJ Smith deploys them quite a bit. The fourth line, Matthew Pekka, Artem Anisimov, and Austin Watson. Now the defensive pairings was Chabot and Zaitsev, Riley and Zub, Coburn and Goodbranson. We'll talk about them in a sec. Starting in net was Matt Murray with Joey Daccord backing up. Now scratch was Michael Haley, Eric Brandstrom, Christian Melanin, Josh Brown, Ryan Dzingel, who as well begun skating this week. Now, the first period, the score is scoreless at 0 apiece. And in that first period, the Senators came out strong with a lot of energy and put up a good amount of chances on David Rittich early on. But then Coburn took a penalty, and then DJ Smith put in Coburn and Goodbranson a substantial amount of times. And suddenly, the momentum shifted towards the Calgary Flames, and they hemmed the Senators in their own zone, and the Senators were forced to leave Matt Murray out to dry, frankly, and make him make some big stops, which thankfully he did. So basically, Coburn and Goodbranson killed the Senators' momentum in that first period, and it makes no sense. Why are we playing Coburn and Goodbranson instead of Christian Melanin and Eric Brandstrom? Brandstrom and Melanin are much better than Coburn and Goodbranson. End of story. That's his facts. Coburn and Goodbranson are not better than Eric Brandstrom and Christian Melanin. And on top of that, even though that's just a basic fact, on top of that, we're in a rebuild, so play the youth. We're not winning a cup, and we're definitely not going to win a cup with these two in the back end. God bless them. I'm sure they're nice people, but they're not great hockey players, and they're defensive liabilities, and they're the reason Ottawa almost got killed in that first period, if it wasn't for Matt Murray. So play Eric Brandstrom, free my guy Eric Brandstrom, free Christian Melanin too. He's been throwing a robot at his island. It's a damn shame. Give them some more ice time, DJ Smith, if you're watching this. But besides that, let's get to the second period of play. Well, that was an interesting second period of play, ladies and gentlemen. After 40 minutes, your Senators lead 3-1. I'm telling you that because, as you know, during the second period portions of the Sen game recaps, I answer your questions. By the way, if you want your question answered by yours truly, follow us on Twitter at @SensTalk_, and during the first intermission of every single game, we'll tweet out a picture for you to reply to with your questions. Now, before we get to the questions, we have some goals to talk about. 6 minutes in, Tim Stützle with a nice drop back pass to Artem Anisimov, who puts it home. Sens lead 1-0. 2 minutes later, after the Artie party, it's a Drake Batherson snipe for history. It's 2-0 Ottawa. 2-0 goal for the Senators on a Batherson snipe. That is 6 games in a row with a goal for the Drake Batherson. It's bath time, and this is Sens history, ladies and gentlemen. As I mentioned earlier on in this video, Batherson has now scored in 6 straight games, which is the Sanders it's a Sens record, frankly, for under 22 players. It's the first player in Sens history to score in 6 consecutive games. Congratulations to the Drake. A couple minutes later, Rittich makes it 2-1, but Batherson says, nah, this is about me. Tonight's about me. He makes it 3-1 off a steal. Bath time is officially on the hat-trick watch. It's a Batherson hat-trick watch alert, ladies and gentlemen, as the Sanders are up 3-1. Drake Batherson with his first career 2-goal game. We shall see what happens in the third period, ladies and gentlemen. But the Drake is on fire right now. He is really showing to be a true top 6 player in the National Hockey League, and that should make all Sens fans smile. Now let's get to your questions. I got the first one here from Zach. They ask, where do you think Dzingel is going to play in the lineup? Well, Bruce Garriock touched up on this a couple weeks ago, I believe, in a question period segment on TSN, and he mentioned how Ryan Dzingel would likely start on the 4th line on the left wing position where Pekka is currently, which, makes sense in a way. You're not going to break up that third line with Stützle. You're not going to put him above Paul when that line's working well, and you're not going to put him over Brady Tkachuk. So I guess that makes sense. But I would like to see him, get a top 9 position there. Give him maybe flip him out with their. I'm not saying put Brown on the 4th line, but maybe put him with Brady Tkachuk. Put some speed on Tkachuk's line. I don't know. Get creative with it. It doesn't have to be locked on that left wing position. So frankly, Bruce Garriock says he's going to be on the 4th line to start. Bruce Garriock usually knows these things, so he will probably be on the 4th line. But I'd love to see him get different options throughout the lineup to see who he has chemistry with. Colby asks, do you think Decord starts tomorrow, or do they go back to Matt Murray? That's actually a very good question. As of right now, after the second period of play, which is when I'm recording this part of the video, Murray's been very, very good. The first period, he stood on his head. Second period, the Sanders obviously outplayed, the Calgary Flames. They outshot them, I think, like 20-5 or something. But Murray made a couple of stops. That goal on Rittich wasn't the best. But, even if he wins, I would assume they want to give Decord a start and give Murray some rest. That's what I would do, regardless if he wins or loses. You don't want to gas your goalie. You want to make sure he has some rest. And Joey Decord starting in Montreal tomorrow. That'd be crazy if he won. And I think he's up to the challenge. So he's played in high level competitions. NCAA tournaments. Like the Frozen 8 or whatever it's called, like the NCAA tournament for ice hockey. So he can play up to he can play in the moment. He can play in tough situations. And I think it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if he started against Montreal. But I could fully see Murray starting. But I would personally start Joey Decord. So I personally think Joey Decord starts tomorrow, but we shall see. Besides that, let's get to the third period of play where Ottawa is up by 2. Let's see if they can hold the lead. Sens win. A huge dub tonight versus the Calgary Flames. They win this one 5-1 in an utter domination of a game. In a game where Matt Murray was forced to make some big stops. In a game where David Rittich was forced to make some big stops. And in a game where the Ottawa Senators were the complete package. And frankly, a game where history was made with Drake Batherson scoring 2 to extend his consecutive goal streak. Almost lost my breath there. Now let me walk you through that third period, all right? Let's get to the third period, where, by the way, this is from the Sens DJ. Thanks again, buddy, for sending me the updated file for the Sens theme song. So basically, early on in the third period, Anderson from the Flames, the defenseman, boards Tim Stützle, all right? Dangerous hit, unnecessary hit, dirty hit, frankly. Eric Branson comes to his aid, fights Anderson. Kudos to you, good Branson. That's a lot of respect for doing that. You got to defend, your rookie, your star rookie. And kudos on you, good Branson. Kudos to you. And if good Branson's going to stay in the lineup, we need him to keep on doing that. So good on you, good Branson. But the Sanders don't get a power play. It's a 4-on-4, which is perplexing to say the least. But we move forward. The Sanders are, all right. Okay, we could quiet that down now. All right, so as I was saying, the Sanders were dominating throughout the period, and with 4 minutes left, the Calgary Flames emptied their net to try to get this game into a 1-goal game instead of the 2-goal game. Colin White from our own own zone, throws it onto the Calgary Flames zone, ends up in the back of the net. The Sens lead 4-1. Colin White, that's 3 goals in his last 4 games. 2 minutes later, Chabot from the point, tipped home from Dadonov. Ottawa takes this one 5-1 in a huge game, and Calgary, oh baby, they have lost 2 out of 3 now against Ottawa. Speaking of that, Ottawa is only 6 points out of a playoff spot. It's not likely, it's also not impossible. But let's get to the Sens Talk start of the night, voted by you, the fans, in, frankly, a historic night. This was a fun game to watch. The Senators, from the start, played better than the Flames. Matt Murray was the sole reason we won this game, to be honest, though. I'd be shocked if he's not the Sens Talk star of the night. Because without Matt Murray, I think he made between 6 to 8 stops that probably should have been in the back of the net. Matt Murray was a stud tonight. This was easily his best game as an Ottawa Senator by far. So let's get to the Sens Talk star of the night, voted by you, the fans. I uploaded this poll 6 minutes ago, so let's get to that. The 4th star was 0% of the vote, Connor Brown. He was robbed on a 2-on-1 from Rittich, had a couple of nice defensive plays, and he's always noticeable during the game, especially on the penalty kill. He's your 4th star. 3rd star, with 1% of the vote, Thomas Chabot, getting a late assist there. Overall, I thought he had a good defensive game, no real mistakes. I liked his game. 2nd star, with 49% of the vote, this is one of the closest polls in Sens Talk Star of the Night history. 49% of the vote, the Drake. It's Drake Batherson, 2 goals on the night, and extending his consecutive goal streak to 6 games in a row. He is on fire right now. He's your 2nd star. And the 1st star, with multiple huge stops in this game. The reason the Senators won this game, it is Matt Murray with 50% of the vote. He is your Sens Talk star of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Besides that, thank you all for watching as your Senators win this one 5-1. The next Sens game is tomorrow against the Montreal Canadiens. So I will see you all then. Besides that, thank you for watching. Please comment below and let me know what you think. I look forward to reading all the very excited responses. But besides that, thank you for watching. Please follow us on Twitter at SensTalk_, and on Instagram at SensTalk. Please like this video, share this video for cool stuff, and click the big red button down there and subscribe to us. And most importantly, do not forget to turn the notification bell on so you get notified whenever we upload a new video. Besides that, the Senators win this one 5-1. I will see you tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Go Sens, go.